Good morning, everybody. This is an after show little Get Up Crew extra where we're going to talk about Melissa being weird.
All right.
Because, well, no, you know what it is? I think it's me who's the weird one because Melissa just saw Wicked for the 5th time.
In the theater.
In the movie theater.
Because it is out now to stream.
Yeah.
But I really want to see it in the theater because it's just, you cannot match the movie experience with the big screens and the speakers and everything. You just can't.
And I think about it, and I know a lot of people like you who are like, oh my gosh, this movie's so good. I'm going to go see it again and again and again. And I'm good maybe twice.
Really?
Maybe in like the span of like a month. But other than that, I have movies that I love. I just don't want to burn myself out watching them over and over and over and over and over again.
Why is it a burnout, though?
How's it not a burnout?
It's like...
It's enjoyable. It's entertainment.
And before we finish with this, might I remind you, while you think that me going to see Wicked 5 times was bad, I came in the next day and asked Pebbles to remind us how many times she saw Black Panther in the movie theaters, which was...
It was over 35 times.
Okay.
I remember that. That was crazy.
And there are some...
Yeah, it was.
No, but what was really crazy is that there are some days that she went to see it twice in the same day.
Yes.
In the theater.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not programmed like that.
Really?
Like all my favorite movies, I consider them my favorites because if they come on, right? Even if I'm doing something and I can't watch the whole thing, and I'm watching it in the middle of the movie, I'm like, oh crap, I love this movie. And I'll leave it on for a little bit, maybe in the background or something like that. Or if I have nothing to do, I'll watch it. But
No.
I can't even think of a movie. Well, maybe.
What's a movie, if you had to throw out a movie, name the movie that you've seen more than 3 times?
Well, I've seen a lot more than 3 times, but it's been over years. Saving Private Ryan.
Okay.
Love that movie. Every holiday season, I watch a Nicolas Cage movie called The Family Man.
Yep.
And I would say most recently, probably Infinity War, the MCU movie. That's probably the one I've seen the most. But even that one, I saw it in the theater. Then I saw it in the theater with my wife. I saw it in the theater with my kids, maybe like a week or 2 later. And then, when it came on Disney, and I had my little kids, and I was like, hey, you want to see this or whatever? Yeah.
And that's part of it, because I know, Leroy, you had mentioned this at one point, where you want to experience it with other people.
Yes.
Because you want to see, like, their reactions. Yep. And I remember there were times when I went to see Black Panther, and I would just, like, sit there and, like, look around. Like, like one time was just to watch other people.
Yeah.
So I would, like, watch, because I knew certain part was coming or whatever. And I would like look around. And there was one time that I went and there was like this little girl there. And she was just so enthralled with the whole thing and so excited that watching the joy on her face was like worth the price of admission. So I'm sure you got that, like watching your kids experience something that you love that much, seeing how they experience it.
Yeah, but...
Okay.
That's just so much watching the same thing.
God.
It's like you're shutting your brain down.
And that's, to me, that's a good movie. A good movie will make you do that. It will absolutely make you do that. I can think of some off the top of my head that I went to the movie theaters. Yeah. I'm talking about 5, 6, 7, 8 times. I'm going back to The Matrix. When that first came out, it was so different. I did that. The Matrix, Dark Knight, Avatar, Avengers, Infinity War, and
all considered blockbusters.
Multiple times. There's plenty of other movies. And then as far as when I'm home, don't let The Godfather come on. I'm watching it again. I probably watched that movie, I kid you not, 100 times.
Yep. And what's the other movie you guys are always talking about?
Rocky
4, Terminator 2.
Terminator.
Yeah, okay.
Scarface.
See, Scarface doesn't do it for me.
Oh, you guys.
None of those.
Okay, but again, those fall in the bucket of if it's on TBS and I'm like, oh, it's on. Oh, it's a scene that I like coming up. Let me wait for that scene.
Okay.
But I don't think I've ever been like, you know what? I just want to put on Rocky 4 and watch it.
Anytime it's on.
I'll see Goodfellas on TV, and if it's in the middle, I'll stop and say, let me go look at an app to see if I can watch it from the beginning again. Goodfellas is another one. Over and over and over and over
There's always something new
Yes.
No
Yes.
matter how many times. If I were to watch Black Panther again, I'm telling you, there's something that I would have missed.
Yes.
It's like it could be something really minor, but there's always something. And that wasn't the only movie. Like one of my favorite books in the world is The Fault in Our Stars. When that movie came out, I watched that like a gazillion times in the theaters too. Another book that I loved was called Divergent. I watched that. That was more because I was a little thirsty over Theo James, but whatever.
Glad you admit it.
I know you got. I have to.
Yeah.
I think there's only the two movies that I've seen is Top Gun Maverick. I've saw that 6 times,
Yep.
and then Wicked's 5, and I might do it another time this weekend because I'm really and I'm starting to learn the choreography now too to all the Wicked parts.
I'm about to open your mind. I also watch movies, and I think you do this too, over and over again, if you can recite it.
Oh,
And if it brings
Oh.
back a nostalgic feel like
Yes.
when you were
Are
a
you
kid.
kidding me?
So with that being said,
Yes.
I know there's more movies
Oh.
that you watch.
all the Rockies 1, 2, and 3.
All she does is recite movies.
Every-
I love that part about her, by the way.
Every single rom-com or drama that came out in the 80s, like Pretty in Pink or Some Kind of Wonderful, Breakfast Club, Just One of the Guys.
Goonies.
I never saw the Goonies. I'm gonna blow your mind there.
Yo, they're gonna do
I
a
never
Goonies.
saw the Goonies.
They're gonna do a Goonies sequel. And by the way, they said they might bring back the original. It'll suck. It's gonna suck. They're all like adults, old adults.
Well,
I
it
know.
depends on how they do it. It depends on how they do
Yeah.
it.
No, if you do it, do a bunch of young kids, do the same premise, don't call it Goonies, and just put it out there for a new audience. You can't do it for the same old audience. It's a whole different thing.
I can't.
I know, Leroy. Leroy,
she's never seen
we
Goonies?
could do a whole nother
Yeah, me neither.
segment on movies you guys haven't seen that are classics. Like, Romero, is it you that hasn't seen Titanic?
I've seen just the last part because when the movie came out on
Exactly.
no, when the movie came out on video, it was one of those extra long movies, and they came out on 2 videotapes.
Yes, I remember
part
that.
1 and part 2.
Yep.
So
Do you know I
didn't
remember the exact scene where they cut to go to the second one? Isn't
Really?
that crazy? That's
See,
crazy.
I started seeing the movie from like when the boat hit the
Okay.
ice.
Yep.
So I know there's something between Leonardo DiCaprio
How
and
do
that.
you miss
and
the
that
whole front
chick.
story of that movie?
I heard it's good. I started
Oh,
watching it one
yeah.
time and it was kind of slow.
You
for me.
didn't miss anything, trust me.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, you didn't miss nothing.
Let me just throw this in there too. I think another reason, I know for me, because I'm good, like, I'll watch TV show like now that I'm into like K-dramas and everything. I'll watch them over and over and over. But it's like, I think too, it's like when you watch something that kind of like triggers something in your brain and in your emotions, you like, it's almost like an addiction where you want to feel that way again. And I think that, you know, if you feel a certain way and it makes you feel good and there's so much like trash in the world
yeah.
that, you know, everybody's feeling like a certain way, that if something makes you feel better,
Yeah.
you want to feel that way again.
A great example of that is A Christmas Story.
Oh,
It
I
comes
love that
on
movie.
every year.
Yes.
24-hour marathon.
Yes.
And I'm sitting and I'll watch it
The
all
whole
the way
thing.
through and laugh and you look forward to certain
Yep.
parts,
Yeah.
recite it.
Will you watch it over and over and over during the marathon? Or you'll
Yes.
just-
Yes.
Really?
It stays on.
Oh,
You keep it on in the background. You're doing what you're doing with your family, and it's on in the background. I do it too, 24
I'll watch
hours
it,
every year.
like once, you know, like
No.
every holiday. There's holiday movies that I'll watch. You know, Love Actually. I'll watch Christmas Story. I'll watch
Elf.
that Nicolas Cage movie. I'll watch
that's a
Elf.
good one.
But I'll watch them once. I'm Santa Claus, but I'm not gonna burn it out. I look at it like drugs. You guys are just chasing that first high of the heroin. You keep going, doing
But it
it
ain't
over and
hurting
over
anybody.
again.
It ain't hurting. Yeah, that's
No,
Right.
I'm not hurting anybody. I just mentally, I need something different, you know? And as far as like
Then you move on to a different
seeing
movie.
something so good and bringing someone to see it, I'm more of a, hey, I just saw a movie. It's really good. You should check it out when you get a chance. Yeah, whenever I bring someone in there, it's not their movie.
Oh no,
Like,
I have to
don't-
convince you.
See, I'm not. That's my thing. My thing is,
If I love it so much.
yeah, and you are like that. For me, I could love it. If the 3 of you hated it, I'd be like, cool, you hate it. I still love it. Go suck it. Like,
Yeah.
and vice versa. Like, you could all love it, and I'll be like, wasn't my thing. But if you love it, keep loving it. Keep watching it. I just think you're all crazy. And-
No.
slightly.
I look forward to it. I sit back and say, man, I can't wait for that next movie that pulls me like that and makes me want to tell other people to go see it so that we see it over and over again. It's been a while.
It's going to be tough. Although, go ahead.
I have a movie that's coming out that I can't wait for that for, but I get torn with that feeling because I don't like getting so excited for something to the point where all it could do is almost like let me down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That being said.
Yeah. What's the one? Because I have one that I think the two of you are going to want to go see. But good.
I don't think you've seen any of these unless you were dating unless you were like dating comic book
Go
kids.
ahead.
There's no way you're going to say this.
Superman?
Movie. No.
Oh, okay. Because there's a new Superman, like a reboot coming out.
I do want to see that, though.
Okay, sorry.
No,
go ahead. Oh, Captain America.
No.
Oh, okay.
You're not going to guess it. There's
Sorry, go
no
ahead.
way. It's the third in a series.
In the series.
It was supposed to come out last year, but it got delayed because of the writer's strike and all that stuff. The first two were freaking amazing. Moose, you over there? You any guesses before I say what it is? No? I'll tell you what it is.
Civil War or something or other?
No.
I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there now.
Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Oh, that's right.
Because they did Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the animated one.
Oh.
Then Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the third Beyond. That one when it ended, Leroy, my cousin, all my friends who like I knew were into that, I was like, yo, you got to see this movie. And when you see it, hit me up.
Yeah.
But I didn't go see it with them.
Oh, my God.
That's the difference. I'll go see it with the person.
Right.
When you going to go? Oh, you going to go tomorrow? I'm going with you.
And I'll treat.
Yeah.
And the funniest part was everyone who I told that, like whenever they saw it, I would just literally get texts from them going, oh, shit. Yo. And I knew exactly what it was they were talking about. Anyway, thank you for joining us for this extra segment. We're going to start doing this regularly. Have a great morning, afternoon, evening.
Enjoy the movies.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
100 times.